Thank you. I want to report on this high-income country session and the perspectives on the issue of agriculture, nutrition, health, complex and linkages. I want to address and highlight 4 points. The first one is agriculture systems and agriculture policies in high-income countries have not been explicitly focused on nutrition and health aspects, quite opposite. They have focused on productivity increase, on price policies, on income, income securing, adequate income security for farmers in the EU, particularly with trade restrictions, export subsidies, policies that have triggered an enormous amount of controversy, have led to enormous distortions and resource waste. They also have led to contradictions in lack of coherence in agriculture policies and development cooperation. So I'm not so sure that there is so much to adapt from those experiences. Secondly, it was emphasized we need to formulate better policies that take into account the linkages, agriculture, nutrition, health. We need to have a better understanding how these linkages work in detail, and that requires more research. But not only more research, also a change in direction of research approaches. Number one, a change in direction that has been mentioned here quite often, the multidisciplinary, holistic approach to research. Easier said than done. Secondly, a change more in the direction of using and integrating local knowledge, and that requires participatory research approaches. In other words, the poor single mother farmer needs to become not only the topic of research, she needs to become part of the research process. Also, not an easy task, quite a challenge for research. Number 3, the panel discussed quite intensively the risk issue. Risk to food security, to nutrition and health are likely to increase. Some people would say are certain to increase with climate change. It was emphasized that there is a need for being better prepared to cope, to manage risk and to cope with risk and to mitigate risks. Those approaches certainly need to be country and region and maybe even situation specific. So there's a lot of work on research in that field. Part of the risk situation is also the volatility of market that was addressed, an issue that is very difficult to handle because food markets are by their nature, because of these low elasticities we are dealing with, by their nature volatile. So the only way to approach the volatility issue is by, we cannot do so much to address the causes by addressing policies or measures that smooth out those fluctuations. It is an urgent task because the volatility has led to countries imposing export restrictions that is creating distrust in the functioning of the world market, and that may spread as a disease, and the costs would be extremely high. Number 4, effectiveness of nutrition policy. It was emphasized that it's absolutely vital to get away from the patchwork, fragmented, isolated interventions in nutrition. What is needed is a multi-sectoral and multidisciplinary approach to both, to research and we need to, in research, get away from looking at individual interventions, but look at why people make the choices they do. Why do they behave the way they do? And perhaps going beyond the choice of foods to the whole lifestyle issue and its impact on nutrition. Secondly, the multi-sectoral approach to implementation. My time is over. We have discussed the multi-sectoral issue in a number of sessions. It's a difficult task to get different line ministries in implementation, to get different line ministries to cooperate in a coherent way. Thank you.